What's up, you guys? Today we're going to cover some pulling techniques to make it to where you're feeling the max contraction in your lat muscles when you're doing these pulling motions, pulling movements. I got two that I'm going to cover today, one being a pull down, the other one being a row. These are going to be our two big principal back exercises. So I want to go over these two and how to set yourself up to where you're feeling a nice strong contraction in every rep, okay? So what you don't see is I have my resistance bands up at the top of my door, or the door stopper at the top of the door, because the first one we're going to cover is going to be a pull down. Reason you don't see it is because there are only so many angles that I can cover, okay? So I'll show you from the side. And what we're going to do, jump right into it. So I got my bands. So for this one, what I want to do, now I can do these from a kneeling position, right? And set myself up close where the bands are pulling up and I'm pulling down, or you can do the standing variation, which is what I'm getting ready to show you. And all I'm going to do is bend at the waist, and then that way when I pull, it's going to resemble the same motion as if I was doing it on the machine at the gym, but pulling down this way. Okay? All right. So as far as setup goes, first thing I'm going to do, obviously get some tension going in your bands if you are using bands. From here, arms straight. What I want to focus on, the first thing and the biggest thing I see people screw up with this one, is bring your shoulders down. So if you feel your shoulders up by your ears, it's going to be hard for you to engage your lats, and what you're going to end up doing is pulling with your biceps instead. And then you're going to get through your set and you're going to feel all this tension in your arms without feeling any tension in your back muscles, okay? So from here, shoulders down, okay? I hope it's not too hard to see with the camera, but all I did is bring my shoulders down, okay? That's the first part of it. Now what I want to do is keep my shoulders down, because this is going to keep my lats engaged. From here, all I'm going to do when I pull is I'm going to pull my elbows down instead of pulling my hands down, okay? Now I've got the handles all the way down to just under my chin. That's as far down as I want to go, and I'm going to go back to the starting position. Make sure my shoulders are down, pull, two, back up, so on and so forth, okay? So remember that those are the two big takeaway key points with this one. The first one being, make sure your shoulders are down. The other one being, pull your elbows down instead of pulling your hands down. And again, if you're feeling it in your biceps, more than likely it's because you're pulling your hands down instead of pulling your elbows down, okay? The other one being, you have your shoulders up too high, which is disengaging your lats, and the only other way you have to pull is with your biceps, okay? And I'll show you one more time. Tension in the bands. I'm going to get down, shoulders down, pull your elbows down to your sides, back up, two, back up, so on and so forth. Now, if I come up, and at this point I'm getting a little bit fatigued, let's say, right, I'm pretty far into my sets, and I notice that my shoulders just keep getting up by my ears, it's no big deal. Just reset yourself and go back into your next rep, okay? So if I come up, my shoulders go up, bring your shoulders down, back into the next rep, okay? As the fatigue starts to set in, it's going to be difficult to keep your shoulders down. So again, we're all human. So if that does happen, just reset yourself back into position and then continue on until you're done with your set, okay? All right, that's going to cover our lat pull down. Second one I'm going to cover is a row, so I got to move my bands. So again, one of the things you can't see, I moved the bands down to where I'm at about waist level at the door, okay? From here, I got my handles, okay? Now with this one, because it's pulling forward and not pulling up, it's gonna be easier for me to keep my shoulders down. But nevertheless, I do see it happen with this one where people will have a hard time keeping their shoulders down, and next thing you know, they're pulling up this way, okay? So again, shoulders down, arms straight. From here, what I'm gonna do is pull my elbows back. That's gonna be the first thing. Pull your elbows back, right? The second thing, as I'm pulling my arms back, or I say pulling my elbows back, what I wanna focus on is pinching my shoulder blades together. Okay, a lot of you guys have heard me say it over and over again. It's okay. You can hear it one more time because these are the things I say in my head when I'm working out too. But as you're pulling back, pinch your shoulder blades together as if there was a soda can back there you were trying to crush. Okay, so from here, shoulders down, pull your elbows back, crush the soda can. 1, back out. 2, back out. Okay, now again, if you're feeling it in your arms with the row, few things are happening. 1, you're pulling with your hands instead of pulling with your elbows. 2, you're not pinching your shoulder blades back there, which is causing you to pull with your biceps. Okay, so those are the 2 big things we want to remember. Pull your elbows back, pinch your shoulder blades together. This is going to make sure that we engage our lat muscles, aka our back muscles, and we're not compensating with our arms. Okay, all right, so that's going to cover the 2 exercises for our back movements. Again, as we go on and keep progressing, I'll cover some more stuff. The next video I want to make is going to focus on your arms. Carol Baskin killed her husband.